Nestled between San Diego and Los Angeles at the southernmost part of Orange County, California, lies a cozy little city known for its surfing and beaches, as well as a diverse selection of excellent food and unique shopping. If you're looking for a quick weekend getaway or something to add on to a longer trip, then the beautiful city of San Clemente in Southern California is an excellent choice. San Clemente is the southernmost city within the Los Angeles metropolitan area. It is known for its mountain views, pleasant climate, and Spanish colonial-style architecture, hence the city's slogan, the Spanish Village by the Sea. The roughly 18 square miles of San Clemente slope downhill from the mountains on the other side of the 5 freeway, straight down to the ocean. The population is a little over 64,000, which has actually stagnated since 2010 with a slight decline. The city was officially incorporated in 1928 and has a rich history. Today you can visit the most historic place in San Clemente. This bluff-top historical center and gardens, known as Casa Romantica, was originally the custom-built home for the city's founder, Ole Hansen, but he later lost it to the bank during the Great Depression. The late President Richard Nixon once owned a coastal home here as well, and it was known as the White House of the West. However, this home is not open to the public. If you're coming from out of state, you want to fly into Santa Ana Airport, also known as John Wayne International. From here, it's about a 40-minute drive to San Clemente. Flying into LAX or San Diego might be cheaper, but you'll have a much longer drive, probably close to an hour and a half depending on the time of day. Another option is to ride the Amtrak train, the Pacific Surfliner, in from LA or San Diego. If you choose this option, you can rent bikes to get around, or bring your own. There is a bike rental place right next to the train station, but make sure to get an e-bike if available, or you will be putting a lot of money in the swear jar when you get home, because it is hilly. San Clemente does offer a free trolley that runs around the city from Labor Day to Memorial Day, and comes around about every 15 minutes or so. But the best way to get around is definitely by car. You'll have the most flexibility and be able to get around much better. Like most Southern California beach cities, San Clemente has a long pier and beach trail that runs along the coast. Aside from the Fisherman's Restaurant and Bar at the base of the pier, there isn't much on the pier. It's primarily used for walks, watching surfers, or fishing. If you walk out to the end of the pier, there's a good chance of spotting some seals. They like to hang out here and wait for the fishermen to throw them some snacks. The trail starts at North Beach and runs almost 2.5 miles south, ending in San Clemente State Beach and Campground. The majority of the trail is dirt, but it's nice and wide. You can also ride bikes along this trail, however, you may have to walk them through certain more populated areas. My favorite time to come down here is just before sundown. The sunset is always perfectly positioned on the horizon, and you usually get some nice colors filling the sky. The weather is always pleasant, if not a little chilly. A good rule of thumb in Southern California is to always bring a sweatshirt or jacket if you plan on being out after sunset. In my opinion, the best beach in San Clemente is right here at the pier, which includes T Street on the southern side. T Street is a popular surfing spot and is easy to spot because of the giant staircase and overpass that extends over the train tracks. At the top you will find metered parking and great views of the pier and coast. This is a great spot for pictures. Just off the beach path is a little spot called West Coast Cafe, in case you get hungry or need a pick-me-up. The whole area is nice and spread out, so you shouldn't have any problem finding your own space, no matter what time of year it is. The second best beach is just south of the pier and sits at the end of the beach trail. This beach is called Calafia Beach and is wide and long. It also has some unique features which give it some character. There are some cool rock formations that you can explore, as well as a nice park on top that overlooks the beach. The train runs right through this area quite often, but there is no train station, so you can't board it here. There are a couple of good parks by the ocean, other than Calafia Beach Park that I mentioned. Probably the best coastal one is Linda Lane Park, just north of the pier. This park slopes straight downhill into a cul-de-sac, with access to the beach path on each side. In fact, you can walk from this park to the pier in less than 10 minutes along the train tracks. You might even see this guy that brings his giant homemade bubble maker to the park occasionally. There are some great little open space areas throughout the city. Down by the pier, there are two areas that sit above the beach path and overlook the pier. There are some picnic tables and benches, and you get a nice scenic view. This is a great place to hang out, throw down a blanket, relax, read a book, or just take a nap. There's plenty of parking spread throughout the city. Most of the public parking lots near the coast are paid hourly parking. The street parking on the main drag Del Mar is free. However, you may find it limited on the weekends, especially in the summertime. A parking tip: if you're heading down to the pier and the main lot is full, head over to Linda Lane Park and you should be able to find a spot. The heart of San Clemente is El Camino Real and Del Mar. These two streets form a T, with El Camino Real running north and south, and Del Mar intersecting at the top of the hill and running west all the way down to the pier. This is where almost all the local shopping and restaurants are. If you're a foodie or just enjoy good food options, then you've hit the jackpot. There are so many good choices here that it would take an hour-long video to go over them all. Instead, I'll go over a few that I've been to and can recommend. If you just want to get some drinks with good atmosphere, the intersection of Del Mar and Ola Vista has several good options. H.H. Cotton has a nice setting, and we always like to sit out on their small patio and have drinks and an appetizer or two. Right across the street is Avila's El Ranchito, above average Mexican food, famous for their chicken tortilla soup. They also have an outdoor patio and tasty mouth-puckering margaritas. There are a couple of other above average Mexican restaurants around this area, but I can't really comment on the food. If you want some good takeout Mexican, then Pedro's Tacos is your place. The only higher end place that I've been to here is Nick's. It's a small, dark, more intimate place. The drinks were average, but the asparagus fries and fried chicken with gravy, roasted corn, and mashed potatoes were outstanding. You'll want to make reservations for this place. Beachfire Bar and Grill is also a place with good food and live music that I would recommend for lunch or dinner. It's right next to Avila's and has above average American food. The best pizza in San Clemente by my private internal poll is Pizza Port, although I have to admit I've never tried anywhere else. If you have a sweet tooth and like ice cream, then I would recommend the place called Sal Swell, a unique little shop that smashes the soft serve ice cream into different toppings or dips it into liquid chocolate, like the kind we used to get at Dairy Queen that formed the hard shell. They also have multiple flavors to drizzle all over your nuts. For all you sommeliers, wine snobs, and winos, there are several different wine bars along Del Mar, so make sure to stop by and try a nice Pinot Noir or a bold and rich Petite Syrah. When it comes to shopping, you have two choices. If you're looking for small, unique, one-of-a-kind stores ranging from ladies' clothes to surf shops, then you'll want to be downtown. There are hardly any chain stores, if any. If you want more big-name brands or traditional stores, then head over to the outlet malls by the 5 freeway. This outlet mall isn't the biggest by any means, but it's a good place to hang out and shop for an hour or two. You can even take the trolley up here if you don't want to drive or have a car. One last thing before I wrap this up. If you like surfing and want to see some cool history, then stop by the Surfing Heritage and Cultural Center and check out the displays and memorabilia. They have some pretty cool and interesting stuff. You can walk through the whole place in about 10 minutes, or easily spend an hour reading all the different displays and speaking with the curators. They're super nice people. Well, that's going to wrap up this quick look at San Clemente. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, or smart-ass remarks, leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them.